Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy J-Rod. Welcome to my channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so now. And for all the people who are returning, welcome back. So today's video is going to be more on a serious note. The incident that's happened is very tragic and traumatic, and it's just a very unfortunate situation. And I know a lot of people have been waiting for me to give my response on it. And the real reason why I've been kind of delaying it is because I wanted to wait till I got more information on the story before I just start making videos, out of respect of the family and due to the fact that something like death, you know, I want to treat it with delicacy, and I want to make sure I have all my facts together before I just start making videos. So that's why I kind of waited. But now that we have more information and things are kind of confirmed, then I feel more comfortable with making a video about this. It's still kind of open-ended, and it's still a lot of pieces that aren't just adding up. But for the most part, I can kind of just give you the rundown. So for those people who haven't been keeping up with the news, basically, there's this couple, African-American couple from New York, Portia and Orlando. They traveled to Dominican Republic for a vacation. They enjoyed their vacation, and then the day that they were supposed to go back to New York, they went missing for 2 weeks, and nobody knew their whereabouts. And so just recently this week, they confirmed that they found both of the bodies and that they are pronounced dead. So it is very traumatic and a very sad situation. I can only imagine what the families are going through right now. Like, my heart truly goes out to the families because I know what it's like to lose a loved one. And so, you know, my heart really does go out to them. You know, I lost my father, so I just know, like, man, that has to be very tough. But, and my prayers go out to them. But basically, I can give you a rundown of the events. Now, I do have my notes because, like, I kind of want this to, you know, go in order. But, so it says the New York couple who went missing while on vacation in Dominican Republic are believed to be both dead in an apparent car crash. So that's what sources are saying. They believe that they died in a car crash. A car that had apparently veered off the road was found in the Caribbean Sea, and 2 bodies have been found dead, police said on Tuesday. Then it says Dominican Republic National Police told on Wednesday that authorities identified a woman who died in the hospital as Portia. Police said she was found seriously injured by the side of a road by a fisherman on March 27th. The 27th is the day that they would have been leaving, and hospitalized but died on April 4th. So that means days had passed. So it also stated that she didn't have any documents on her. So that was one thing that kind of stood out to me. But let's give you a rundown. So basically, they were on their way from their hotel to the airport. Now, they were leaving Samana. Now, that's a little ways out from Santo Domingo. And their flight, I believe it said it was at 1:30 a.m. So that's extremely early in the morning, and it's dark outside on these roads. And I made videos about Dominican Republic. The driving is insane in the DR, and the roads are not in really, really good condition. So, you know, you have like foreigners traveling nighttime in an unfamiliar environment, uneven roads, and, you know, then you have like rocks and stuff like that. Like, it gets very dangerous, especially if you're speeding, you're trying to get to the airport. That's how they're trying to paint this picture out, as if they were about to miss their flight. That's how it's been presented. It says that her body was identified using fingerprints supplied by the U.S. Embassy. Police said that on Wednesday. So they used her fingerprints to identify who she was because, like I said, she didn't have any documents on her. My only guess is that the documents were probably somewhere in the car, because I'm pretty sure if you're going to the airport, you're going to have your ID, your passport, all your stuff on you. So it wouldn't make sense not to have those things. So that I'm pretty sure the documents are in the car. But I've been reading other things where people have been saying other little things, like somebody probably could have stole it or something. You know, I just been seeing little stuff like that on the internet, but I'm pretty sure that the documents are in the car. Like, that's just me. Now, as far as the man, his discovery was different. He was actually in the water. They said that on March 31st, police said that he was recovered from the water in a statement released. And they said that the man's body was already in an advanced state of decomposition, meaning that his body had already started decomposing, so that's why they were unable to identify him immediately. But they were able to look at one of his tattoos, and that's how they were able to figure out like who the man was. So yeah, the man was actually found in the water. Now, the thing about this story that really confuses me and is not adding up is because they said that they found the woman 20 minutes away from the man's body. Now, the woman was on the highway and the man was in the water. And I'm still trying to figure out 20 minutes, where did that separation happen and why are they so spread out? You know, and I'm not really trying to like make up any conspiracy theories, and I'm not saying someone tampered with the evidence or anything. Like, I'm not trying to do that. But that's the only thing why I feel like it's still kind of open-ended, and I guess I feel a little confused with the situation is because 20 minutes, that's like a huge gap, you know, like 20 minutes is far. So I'm just wondering, how did she end up on the road and how's the man in the water? And I guess my only explanation is maybe like the woman could have been ejected before the man had, you know, went off into the water. Maybe that's how that happened. But at the same time, when they actually get the car out of the water, I think they're still trying to get the car out of the water. And it's been really hard because of the currents. But maybe that might show some evidence of how like the crash could have happened, or if she came out of a window or something. I really don't know, because that's the only part of the story that's really confusing me. Now, after I recorded this video, I was thinking maybe the car actually got pushed by the current. So that's like the only other explanation. I was thinking maybe like when the car fell off into the ocean, it was the current actually pulled it away from the girl, and that's why they were 20 minutes apart. So yeah, continuing with the story, it says the couple is believed to have rented a car, and evidence indicates that they were headed to the airport but had a car accident, police said. The rented car was seen at a toll booth. Remember those toll booths I was talking to you about when you're on your way to the airport? In my other videos, I was talking about that. But it says they seen the car at a toll booth near the point where a vehicle was found in the sea, police said. Yeah, so this situation could most definitely have happened for sure. For those people who live in Dominican Republic or who travel to Dominican Republic a lot, you know, Las Americas, like that highway on the way to the airport is literally next to the water. Like the airport is really right off the ocean. So, you know, even when you're driving past it, like there's really no guardrails, like, or nothing. It's just sometimes there's rocks and then sometimes there's nothing there at all. So that could have easily happened where a car could just slide off the side of the road and go straight into the ocean. And you know, I just feel very, very sorry for the family and just everybody, like just all the people who are going to be touched and affected by this. Like, this is a really sad situation. Okay, so with that all being said and done, now I want to move into the next part of this video, and it's the people's reactions to this situation. I was very bothered by the way people reacted to this, and yeah, it was a little annoying. So, of course, when this situation went down, everybody was blowing up my DMs, and everybody was messaging me like saying, you know, this is why you should move to Dominican Republic, and it's not a good idea to live in Dominican Republic and this and that. But then when I started further getting into like the articles and reading the comments, I was just seeing some really, really ignorant stuff that people were saying. Like, some people were saying like, this is why black people shouldn't travel to Dominican Republic because they don't like black people. And then people started saying like, you know, they don't like Haitian people, so this is why they kidnapping black people. Like, just making up all these different conspiracies. So bad to the point that you're bringing another country into it. So now y'all trying to bring politics into it. And it amazes me how a situation is thrown out in the media and everyone puts their own spin on it and they take it and run with it. And, you know, that's how you start rumors and false information. And it's just, it amazes me how people have so much to say about Dominican Republic and they never even traveled here, you know, let alone these people never even left their own country or even their own hometown. So it's like, you're giving me facts and tips and stuff on a country that you never even gone to and you never even experienced. So when I was reading these comments about like black people shouldn't go to Dominican Republic because it's dangerous, and you know, Dominican Republic, they have violence and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. Danger does not discriminate, no matter the age, sex, race, religion, you know, sexuality. It does not discriminate. It doesn't matter if you're a male. It doesn't matter if you're a female. It doesn't matter if you're an old lady, a child. Danger is everywhere, and there's no such thing as a perfectly safe country. And that's why I tell people, when people ask me, is Dominican Republic safe? I always answer their question with a question, and I ask them, is your country safe? It's like, how can you answer that? Because truthfully, there is really no safe country. And so no matter where you travel, you're gonna see the same things. You know, I'm reading these comments and people are saying like, yeah, you shouldn't go there because there's murders and killings and, you know, there are thieves and all this type of stuff. And I just had to ask myself, well, ain't that the same shit that's going on in America? Because America is not safe. America is far from safe. And my thing is, I guarantee you, turn on your 5 o'clock news when you go home. Turn on your 5 o'clock news. I guarantee you it's going to be some type of violence or crime that's been going on. Prime example, I remember my senior year of high school, there was a shooting every single day for the entire week. Someone got killed every single day for the entire week, my senior year of high school. And we had like this little senior picnic that we were going to have, but we had to reschedule it because it was just so much violence going on. And so my thing is, you got these people on the internet saying things like, you shouldn't travel because there's kidnappings and there's rape and all these different things. But yet it's the same stuff that's going on in my own country. And like I said, a lot of these people have never even traveled outside their country or their own states. So it's like, for them to just like be putting out these false facts and information, it's kind of frustrating to me. And that's why I just tell people, you know, yes, when you go travel places, do your research, you know, be prepared. I always tell people the best way to prepare for traveling is just to prepare for the worst. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, if I prepare for the worst, would that make me cowardly or would that make me scary? Like, no. Like, literally preparing for the worst gives you a plan. So when something bad happens, you know what to do. Because the biggest mistake that a lot of travelers do when they get in a situation is they don't know a plan and they don't know how to react. And a lot of times when they do things that are just off the fly or, you know, they're not really thinking, those can put you in life or death situations. So I always say, always think of the worst. Think of the worst. No matter what the situation is, don't ever assume that you're always going to be perfectly safe, because anything can happen. Even, like I said, in America, I never assume things are safe. You hear about, like, for example, a university. We want to assume that a university campus is safe. But yeah, you hear all the time on the news, you got people coming in shooting up school campuses or, you know, malls or different things. And, you know, that's why now in America, like when I go places, like even at the movies, like I'm always looking at the nearest exits. I always think like, okay, if somebody comes in here and they start shooting, what is going to be my escape? What am I going to do? What is my plan? You know, I'm always thinking of preparing for the worst, because if something happens, I'm going to have a plan. That's the thing. If you're traveling by yourself and you do kind of get paranoid and you feel like, you know, you feel a little scared, well, what's going to really help you is if you have a plan for if something goes wrong. So that way, if something does go wrong, you'll know what to do. So all these people making up these false statements, they can just stop. So at the end of the day, I'm still going to travel to Dominican Republic. I'm going to keep coming back to Dominican Republic. I'm still going to consider moving here permanently. You know, like, nothing's going to change. But I just hate that people, they see one thing on the internet and then they just automatically just make up all these stories. Like, guys, please do your research. And please, if you are considering doing something, you really want to do something, you know, talk to people who are doing the things that you want to do. You know, don't talk to your Uncle Bobby who's lived in Chicago his entire life. Or don't talk to your Auntie Sally who has never stepped foot out the country. Like, talk to people who's already doing stuff that you're doing, so they're going to help guide you. But guys, traveling is, like I said, danger can happen anywhere. It can happen in any country, and it does not discriminate. So just please keep that in mind. When you see comments about people saying like, oh, this is why I shouldn't travel here, it's like, it can happen anywhere. It can happen in your own country. and y'all just need to keep that in mind. But guys, thank you for tuning into this video. That's all I really had to say. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch me in my next video. Peace.